Hey everyone, welcome back to Digital Feeds. Today I'm reviewing Samsung's brand new entry into the budget tablet space, the Galaxy Tab A11 Plus. We are talking about a massive jump in performance with the new MediaTek Dimensity 7300 chipset, an 11-inch 90Hz display, and quad speakers with Dolby Atmos that deliver really good sound. Samsung is also promising 7 years of software updates for this thing, which is absolutely wild in the sub $200 category. But first, let's jump into the unboxing and see what exactly you get in the box. So the box is super thin, as you can see, a common trend in 2026. Inside, you get the tablet itself wrapped up nicely. You get your USB-C to USB-C cable, the usual paperwork, and the SIM ejection tool, which is basically for the micro SD card slot. There's no charging brick in the box, so you will need to use one you already have or buy a new one. Just something to keep in mind. Now let's talk design. Honestly, for a budget tablet, this thing feels really premium. It's got a full aluminum body that feels cool to the touch. I'm glad there's no cheap plastic back here. It's also surprisingly thin, just 6.9mm thick, and it weighs about 477 grams. It's substantial enough to feel durable, but light enough that you can hold it in one hand for reading without your wrist getting tired. On the sides, you will see 4 speaker grills, 2 on each side for that stereo separation. You've also got micro SD card slot here and the power and volume buttons. For connecting your stuff, you'll find a USB-C port for charging. And awesome news, it still has the 3.5mm headphone jack, meaning you can still hook up your wired audio. On the back, it's a clean look with just that single 8MP camera. And on the front, the 5MP selfie camera is positioned in landscape mode, right in the middle of the bezel. This is perfect for Zoom calls or Google Meets because you're not looking off to the side like on some other tabs. I think the bezels are slim enough to look modern but thick enough so you don't accidentally touch the screen. Overall, I'm really satisfied with the build quality. Now, before we go deeper, you need to know what you're actually buying. The A11 Plus comes in 2 main colors, grey and silver. You can also choose between a Wi-Fi only model and a 5G version. As for configurations, here's the breakdown. The base model has 128GB of storage with 6GB of RAM. The upgraded model has not only more space at 256GB but also has 8GB of RAM. I personally bought the base model with Wi-Fi because I really wanted to test the capabilities of the entry-level version. I know a lot of you want to save money, so I wanted to see if the 6GB of RAM is enough for daily use. Pricing is actually very competitive right now. The 128GB Wi-Fi model is coming in at $209.99 and the 256GB model jumps up to $269.99. And if you need 5G, the 128GB cellular version is around $240. Of course, these are the prices at the time I'm filming this video. They might change or drop during sales on Amazon, so definitely check the link in the description for the latest price. Now let's talk about the screen. It's an 11-inch display with a resolution of 1920 by 1200 pixels. That's a 16 by 10 aspect ratio with a pixel density of about 206 ppi. Is it sharp? Yes. Text looks crisp and 1080p videos look great. But, and this is important, it is not AMOLED or OLED. It's a TFT LCD panel. What does that mean for you? Well, the viewing angles aren't perfect. If you tilt the tablet too much, the colors shift a bit. And in a dark room, the blacks look more like dark grays compared to an OLED screen. Also, the screen is not very bright. It's decent for indoor use, but if you take it outside on a sunny day, you're going to struggle to see it. I should also mention it has a 90Hz adaptive refresh rate. The 90Hz is good and makes scrolling feel fluid, but part of me wishes it was 120Hz. Although I do think it's a budget tab, and that's probably why Samsung didn't opt for 120Hz, which definitely would have raised the price. And for just over $200, I really can't complain too much. Under the hood, this is where the A11 Plus gets a nice upgrade over the older A9 Plus. It's powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 7300. This is a 4nm chip. For the tech nerds out there, it's an octa-core CPU with 4 high-performance Cortex A78 cores running at 2.5 GHz and 4 efficiency Cortex A55 cores. The GPU is the Mali G615MC2. So what does that mean in English? It means performance is actually really solid, but I wanted to push it. I ran a stress test on the CPU, GPU and specifically the 6GB of RAM limit. For gaming, I booted up titles like Call of Duty Mobile, Asphalt Legends and even Genshin Impact. Surprisingly, games run quite smoothly even on high graphical settings without any major overheating. The Mali GPU handles consistent frame rates well. However, when I tried jumping between games, a 4K YouTube video and a heavy Chrome session, that is where the 6GB of RAM started to show its limits. The tablet had to aggressively reload background apps to keep up. While Genshin Impact was playable, the graphically demanding nature of the game resulted in struggling frame rates. But for day-to-day tasks, light gaming and media consumption, this base model handles everything without breaking a sweat. It is definitely a noticeable step up from the previous generation. On the software side, we are running Android 16 right out of the box with Samsung's One UI 8. If you've used a Samsung device, you know One UI is one of the best Android skins out there. It's fluid, it's intuitive, and the multitasking features on the tablet are great. You can run split-screen apps easily. Samsung DeX support is also included, which means you can plug in a keyboard and mouse and the interface transforms into a desktop-like experience. Even with the 6GB base model, DeX works surprisingly well for light office work. Samsung also baked in the new Gemini AI. It is super easy to use. You just hold down the power button and Gemini pops up right to help you search for the things on your screen, draft emails, or answer questions. But the absolute headline feature here is the software support. Samsung promises 7 years of major OS updates. That is an incredible value. You could technically use this tablet for nearly a decade and still be on the latest software. A huge thumbs up to Samsung for that. Powering all this up is a 7040 mAh battery. Samsung claims about 15 hours of video playback. In my testing, that seems pretty accurate for offline video. If you are streaming on Wi-Fi with brightness all the way up, expect a bit less, but it will easily get you through a full day of mixed use. It supports 25-watt fast charging. It's decent, not super fast like some flagship phones, but it gets the job done. Just remember, there's no wireless charging, which is standard for this price point. Now, quickly touching on the other specs, you get an 8-megapixel rear and 5-megapixel front cameras. They are decent. They're nothing to write home about. The video caps out at 1080p 30fps. It's okay for scanning documents or a quick video call, but you won't be shooting your next short film on this. The audio, on the other hand, is fairly good. The quad speakers with Dolby Atmos are genuinely awesome. They get loud and have a nice surround sound effect when you're watching movies. Internal storage is also quite sufficient, with both 128GB and 256GB providing ample room for your media needs. And yes, there's a micro SD card slot that supports up to 2TB, so you can expand it even further. This is awesome for storing movies or games without paying extra for the bigger internal storage model. So let's wrap this up with the pros and cons. So in terms of good stuff, the Galaxy Tab A11 Plus has excellent build quality thanks to its aluminum body. Great quad speakers with a headphone jack, 7 years of major software updates which is best in class. Solid performance from the Dimensity 7300 chipset and expandable storage via the micro SD card up to 2TB. Some of my caveats include this TFT LCD screen which has average viewing angles and blacks. The display is not very bright and struggles outdoors, and the cameras on this thing are just average. Overall, the Samsung Galaxy Tab A11 Plus is a fantastic budget tablet. It is perfect for media consumption, students who need something for school, and even light gaming. The performance is significantly better than the old Galaxy A9 Plus, and that 7-year update promise makes it a very smart long-term investment. If you're looking for a reliable tablet under $250, this is the one to beat. Alright folks, that's it for my review of the Galaxy Tab A11 Plus. Let me know down in the comments, would you like to see a full dedicated comparison video between this and the older A9 Plus to see if it's worth the upgrade? And if you're interested in picking one up, I will leave a link in the description below where you can check the latest pricing. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And consider subscribing to my channel for more cool tech reviews just like this one. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.